Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap all the races from Saturday, February 26. It was a Champions Day at the park with a feature event named in honor of the 2005 and 2006 Horse of the Year Miracle Man. Let's begin our recap of the weekend, beginning with Race 1. This was a 3-year-old and up claiming event named in honor of Tafara Wright, champion groom for 2021.
This one named for Tafara Wright thereafter. Where it is, just toward the back of the field with the Caymanas and Blood Song. Up front, Fearless Champion goes at it with Let Him Fly. Meribalis just a half a length down in between them. Rohan Kabir is the one racing down against the rail, Raw Liquid right alongside him. A gap of some 3.5 lengths opens up to Pharaoh it is as they leave the 6. Caymanas a further 3 parts of a length back ahead of only one, Blood Song. They're arriving at the 5 and making their way now toward the half mile, and Let Him Fly has taken that lead. Fearless Champion pressing a length down. Raw Liquid in between horses. Meribalis hidden from view on the outside. Rohan Kabir fades back quickly 4.5 lengths off that lead. Caymanas and Pharaoh it is race next, and a struggling Blood Song at the back. 7/16 of a mile to run. They're in that turn for home, and Fearless Champion now comes up to snatch a very narrow advantage. Let Him Fly continues to save ground on the rail as they leave the 3. Meribalis now asked to pick up. Rohan Kabir coming on once again. Raw Liquid driven along on the rail, asked to make up ground. Caymanas racing out wide. Further back to Pharaoh it is, and Blood Song forget that one, needing a miracle as Fearless Champion brings them into the lane. Meribalis attacking on the outside, and Meribalis and Robert Hallidine throw out a strong challenger. Now pick up the lead from Fearless Champion. Let Him Fly is over against the rail, a furlong to run. Can they peg back this Meribalis? Fearless Champion sure trying to do that. These two battle once again. They're inside the final 16th, and Fearless Champion and Anthony Thomas have regained that lead and will take it. Awesome Anthony in sparkling form wins it over Meribalis. Let Him Fly close between them. Caymanas running on, and Pharaoh it is also close between those.
Last year's champion jockey Anthony Thomas secured the first race on Champions Day. Fearless Champion clocked 1 minute, 35 and 2/5 of a second for the 1500-meter trip. Second went to Meribalis, followed by Let Him Fly, while there was a dead heat for fourth between Pharaoh it is and Caymanas. Race 2 was an optional claiming contest going 1100 meters. This was named in honor of O'Shane Nugent, the champion apprentice for 2021. Horse number 4, Diosa de Oro, was a late non-starter.
And they're off and racing. Glock steps slowly, and not too bad of a start though, as Loose Cannon passing the 5 in front. Loose Cannon showing early gas on that lead. Just the leader from Lala Diva now coupling up on the rail, so these two share it. Lala Diva and Loose Cannon right against the Glock, recovering though, and Glock going down dangerously into third. Then comes Tequila Blue. Behind the Tequila Blue, that's Fabulosity, and racing at the back, Sunshine Cat. They've passed the 3, and it is in front. Loose Ball kicking up, Loose Cannon rather kicking away. Lala Diva trying to stay with Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon in front and traveling well. Lala Diva is right there too. Glock needs to find about 3 lengths. Coming on is Sunshine Cat, but this Loose Cannon is traveling well. Loose Cannon in front. Lala Diva switch towards the middle of the track. Also coming on, it's Glock. It's still Loose Cannon in front. Loose Cannon kicking away from these. Loose Cannon. Here comes Lala Diva once again with another challenge. Loose Cannon keeping on and keeping Lala Diva at bay. Loose Cannon wins by about 1.5 lengths. Lala Diva is second. Third looks to be Glock, and fourth, Fabulosity.
Jockey Jovenil Patterson came home ahead of the field aboard Loose Cannon. Conditioned by Leroy Tomlinson, Loose Cannon posted a winning time of 1 minute, 10 seconds flat, going 1100 meters. Race 3 was named in honor of the 2021 Horse of the Year, Further and Beyond. It saw 7 thoroughbreds going 1600 meters in a race for native bred 3-year-old maidens.
Field in line, 1 mile the trip, they're off. King Rick misses it along with Slam. Devontae got a good start, so to another wave, these two go at it. 31 Kisses splitting them, and 31 Kisses picks up a narrow lead over another wave. Devontae on the outside, Scooby now making progress and gaining all the while as they approach the final 6. How we looking? Races in behind, 5 lengths off that lead. A break back to Slam now beginning to make gains along with King Rick as they leave the 6 and run toward the 5. A wide open affair at the moment as Scooby is on the rail, matching strides with 31 Kisses the stablemate. Devontae is just a length and a half back as they leave the 5. Another wave follows them, being pushed along and asked to make ground. 2 lengths back to Slam in the red on the rail. How we looking? Right alongside, eye contact made by both, and King Rick now begins to tire at the back. They've left that half mile. They run now toward the 7/16th, and Scooby now gets away. Scooby gets that lead and quickly opens up some 2 lengths. 31 Kisses caught by Devontae, who comes a-hunting as they leave the 3. Another wave is 2.5 lengths in behind and being ridden. So too How we looking in the white as they slip past the 5/16 Slam, although ridden making no gains. Forget King Rick, but they're coming into the lane, and the grey Devontae has picked up that lead. Scooby will have to fight back against the rail. These two going at it, and Scooby, the fight back is on as they slip past the 3/16th, has retaken it. Devontae left down against the fence as Scooby steps just off it. How we looking in the white silks races out wide of horses, but they leave the furlong pole behind, and it's Scooby and Magnificent Dane Nelson beginning to slip away from the field. He's out of touch with them. Inside the final 16th, it is Scooby and Dane Nelson. They win by maybe 3 in the end. How we looking gets second. Slam runs on from nowhere to be third. Devontae is fourth.
Richard Azan Scooby, the 1-2 favourite ridden by Dane Warrior Chief Nelson, finished ahead of the field by 2 3/4 lengths. Scooby's winning time was logged at 1 minute 44 1/5 of a second. The day's 4th event was named in honour of Eroy, the champion imported thoroughbred for 2021. The consistent General Mubarak, taking aim at back-to-back victories, was sent off as the 4-5 favourite.
7 furlong the trip, 1400 meters. They're often racing. Kaya left at the back along with General Mubarak in the early exchange, but going through on the rail, that is Isotope. Isotope just the leader. As they pass the 6 furlong point on the course, right? Funky Fashion is right on the outside. In between horses, that's April Spirit, and April Spirit now points and get the lead. April Spirit is in front as they pass the 5 furlong. Funky Fashion also in the mix. Here comes General Mubarak up the running rail. Backing out of it a bit, that's Isotope. 2 lengths away before we come to Kaya. That one is recovered. Then comes Raisha passing the 4, right in the rail, that's Kunuma, and a Twilight Storm on the hunt. They head toward the 3 furlong point on the course and making the runnings. General Mubarak narrowly from Funky Fashion right on the outside. These two are hooked up on that lead. This Funky Fashion just pointing. Kaya is coming forward menacingly though, as they're coming at the top of the lane. On the outside also there, and coming on Isotope. They're at the top of the lane and dashing for the cash. Isotope in front with that lead and begins to skip away. Isotope in charge at this moment, coming to the half of furlong pole. It's Isotope coming away from these. Isotope looks to have this one all won. Kaya laboring in second. Also running on, it's Twilight Storm, but Isotope has flown the coop, and this one is over. Isotope by a wide margin, maybe 6 lengths from Twilight Storm. Kaya is third, and the 4th goes to Funky Fashion.
Isotope at 7-1 made light work of the field to win by 8.5 lengths. Twilight Storm, Kaya and Funky Fashion were the top 4 finishers. Race 5 was named in honour of 2021 champion trainer Anthony Baba Nunes. Regnant was the most fancied entry at 7-5 for this 1300-metre trip.
It appears as if we have an eye. They're up. Prince Marshall, last to go in, last to leave the gates. King's Magician shows early dash. There goes Regnant as they leave the 6, and Regnant picks up that lead. Taurus Boy hounding right there in second, just a length down. King's Magician in between horses, out 3 wide, that Silver Fox. Moonova now beginning to take closer order as they leave the 5. Press conference in the blue and white sleeves races up next. The Yanza Lynx follows, 3 lengths in behind to Sir John Cruella, now beginning to make gains. Ring Charmer is further back, and Prince Marshall at the back of the field. They come toward the final 7/16 of a mile. Regnant intends to go all the way. There goes Press Conference attacking. A neck separates them. Taurus Boy breathing down the necks as they leave the 3. Moonover is back in 4th, close enough if good enough. Ianza Lynx has made good progress. King's Magician races just in front of Silver Fox, but the leaders will come thundering into the lane, and it is Press Conference who continues to control the speed up front and has that lead. The rider having a peep in his mirrors as they dash past the 3/16. Taurus Boys in behind with Moonover and Ianza Lynx over against the rail. Cruella trying to run on, but this Press Conference continues to hold a good-looking lead. On the run toward the final 16th, it's Paul Francis and Press Conference clear. Here is Prince Marshall with a late flurry on the outside, but Press Conference has stolen it and will win by a length and a half. Prince Marshall is next, then Cruella, Ianza Lynx and Ring Charmer.
Carl Anderson's Press Conference, ridden by Paul Francis at 3-1 odds, posted a time of 1 minute 21 and 3/5 of a second for a one-length victory. Prince Marshall, Ianza Lynx and Ring Charmer were the top 5 finishers. The 6th event was named in honor of Father Patrick, the champion sprinter for 2021. An 11-horse field covered the distance of 1,200 meters. Synchronized, the mount of 2019 champion rider Christopher Mamdine was the most fancied at 8-5.
They're off. Reasons. Had an awful beginning along with Stacy's Lady. Top Gear didn't get away quickly either and races with the back markers as Estelita will blaze the trail and goes into pole position as they leave the 5. Son of a King and Hail Mary chasing 2nd and 3rd. India Razi racing on the outside synchronizes in between runners as the field are about to arrive at the half-mile. Jamaican Storm has made good progress, just about 4 lengths off that lead. Powerful Red trying to pick up. Money Cole races a further 3.5 lengths behind that one. Stacy's Lady is 4 lengths further away. Reasons races toward the back of the field and Top Gear is last. They've left the 3, they run now toward the final 5/16 of a mile, and it's Estelita and O'Neill Mullings who will come into the lane with that lead. Estelita into it, stepping just off the fence. Estelita with a clear advantage. Son of a King is racing over against the rail. Hail Mary is out wide in the blue with the yellow circles, but they're in the final 3/16. They've got to catch this Estelita, who continues to be fleet-footed. On the run, passing the furlong pole, Mullings pulls out the stick in the left hand and asks Estelita for everything. Hail Mary traveling possibly best of the rest along with Powerful Red, but it's Estelita with a clear lead inside the final yardage. No stopping Estelita. She wins by maybe 4 over Powerful Red. Then Hail Mary synchronized. 5th goes to Jamaican Storm.
Marvin Anderson's entry Estelita, partnered by veteran rider O'Neill Mullings, posted a time of 1 minute 18 and 4/5 of a second for the victory. The top 4 placings were completed by Powerful Red, Hail Mary and Synchronize. The 7th event saw 7 horses going 7 furlongs of 1,400 meters. The contest was named in honor of Ham Stables, champion breeders for 2021.
Ready for a start for Michael Sims. They're off and racing. Moon steps slowly as Nina Dorado shows its speed, and it's Nina Dorado, just the leader from Soul Treasure, right on the outside. Just behind them, less than a length, that's Silverstein racing in 3rd. Toughness is improving in 4th. Then comes Oh My Goodness, and racing at the back hopelessly for the moment, it's Moon. Passing the 5, and Soul Treasure takes the lead of Nina Dorado. Easily ridden in 2nd, right there in 3rd, and waiting on them both. That is Toughness, 4 lengths away before we come to Silverstein, now being overtaken by Oh My Goodness as they pass the 4. Moon hopelessly out of it as they're heading towards the 3 furlong point and making the runnings. Soul Treasure still in front, moving on now by a length and a half. In front, Toughness comes a calling on the outside. 2.5 furlongs now to travel. Toughness on the outside. Looks like Soul Treasure is tying up, sneaking up against the rail and coming once again. That's Nina Dorado, but still in front. Soul Treasure. Toughness on the outside. Nina Dorado is closing in on the outside. The 4 across the track. Here comes also there. That's Oh My Goodness. It's a mad scramble to the furlong pole. It's Toughness on the outside. Oh My Goodness putting in a good challenge. Toughness still in front and drifting out a bit. Oh My Goodness is traveling nicely, and it's Oh My Goodness and Toughness. These two fight it out. Oh My Goodness in front, and Oh My Goodness, and O'Neill Mullins a double. Oh My Goodness beat Toughness. Looks like Nina Dorado 3rd, and Soul Treasure fourth.
Oh My Goodness conquered toughness by a neck to secure back-to-back victories for rider O'Neill Mullings. Ryan Darby's Oh My Goodness finished in 1 minute, 34 and 1/5 of a second, covering 1400 meters. The 8th race saw Jason DaCosta's entry outbidder aiming to seal back-to-back victories. Listed as the 3-5 favourite, this event was named in honour of Carlton Watson, champion owner for 2021.
They're often racing. Roraima is the one that's left at the back. Gilbert didn't get away too keen either. Luxel wants the pace and prompts the pace early. From right there, Shadowfax right against the rail, tugging hard and coming down into second. That is Outbidder. Then comes the pair of Our Angel and Wowza. A length behind those, that's Gilbert, and racing at the back as they pass the 5, that's Roraima. Coming towards the 4, and Luxel content and making that lead. 2 lengths in front of Outbidder. Another 3 before we come to the chasing pair of Our Angel and Wowza. Length and a half before we come to Gilbert. Behind Gilbert, 2 lengths away, that is Rainsville. 4 lengths away and a tailing off Shadowfax, and just recovering, that's Roraima. They're coming, passing the 2.5 furlong point, and it is Outbidder and Luxel, the stable companion, shearing it at the moment. Outbidder just the leader from Luxel, still plodding on right against the rail. Gilbert also coming on, that is a Rainsville. Our Angel is left back against the in 5th as they pass the furlong pole. Outbidder in front, but running a big one, that's Luxel, Outbidder, and Anthony Thomas. Awesome Anthony, he'll get a second today. Outbidder getting rid of the opposition. Outbidder by maybe 7. Luxel eased into second. 3rd, Rainsville. 4th, Our Angel.
The Carlton Watson owned outbidder, trained by Jason DaCosta and partnered by Anthony Thomas, romped the 8th race by 8.5 lengths. 1 minute, 28 and 3/5 of a second was the winning time posted by the 3-5 favourite Outbidder. Race 9 was the feature event on the 10 race card. This was named in honour of Miracle Man, Jamaica's 2005 and 2006 Horse of the Year. Anthony Nunes' Sparkle Diamond was a late non-starter for the trip, going 1900 metres.
Starter ready thereof for the Miracle Man Cup. Awesome Treasure is expected, comes running for that lead. One of a kind moving up on the outside as they pass us for the first time. Calculus is right up with the front end. Double Crown is tugging hard but reserved in 4th, and Hovercraft, the old timer, at the back. They're into that clubhouse turn, and as expected, Awesome Treasure now pulls clear and opens up some 3.5 lengths. One of a kind chasing on the outside, a half a length in front of Calculus, held together on the rail. A break of 3 lengths back to Double Crown, a half a length away, Hovercraft. Awesome Treasure, as they set moderate splits, takes the backstretch and runs toward the 6 by a length and a piece. One of a kind bearing down on the outside. Calculus watches them close up, just about 3.5 lengths off that lead. Hovercraft races up next on the inside of Double Crown as they go charging past the 6 and make their way to the 5. Awesome Treasure continues to hold that lead by a length. One of a kind, the rider having a lot in hand at the moment, so too the rider and Calculus. Double Crown on the outside and Hovercraft, as no more than 4 lengths separates them as they make their way to the half mile. This is the Miracle Man Cup, a half a mile to run, and the tempo should increase as One of a Kind now asked to kick in on the outside. Calculus is the one racing down near the rail alongside Awesome Treasure. Double Crown is 2 lengths back with Hovercraft for company as they run past the 3/8 pole and make their way now to the 5/16th. It is a One of a Kind who continues to hold the advantage and looks to have something in hand. A One of a Kind and Robert Hallidine, they will come into the lane. Here is Calculus now with that testing run on the outside, but One of a Kind trying to shake loose. Calculus fighting on the outside to get the better of the leader, and the stick comes out on One of a Kind, but Calculus has pointed and now begins to go about his business. Can One of a Kind fight back with less than a furlong to run? It's Calculus on the outside. One of a Kind is over on the rail. A half a length separates them. Calculus hanging tough to the lead. One of a Kind determined but can't get back to Calculus, who wins these down in the end over One of a Kind. Then Hovercraft in 3rd. Awesome Treasure is 4th. Double Crown 5th.
It was a hard-fought 1-length victory for last year's Derby champion, Calculus. Ridden by Shane Canterman Ellis for trainer Gary Subrati, the 4-5 favourite engaged another gear in deep stretch to post a time of 2 minutes, 1 3/5 of a second, going 1900 metres. Race 10 was the final event of the card and was named in honor of last year's champion jockey Anthony Thomas. 14 faced the starter, including Thomas Mount, another champion.
They're off for the Anthony Thomas. Conundrum has an awful beginning, left a long way last. Reminiscent Bowler didn't get away that cleanly either, or Kundaman. They race with the back markers. As Parkton tradition shows early dash and gets that lead. 6th Avenue in between horses, Fearless 5 on the rail, out 3 wide, Little Grovey thing. Jungle Cat is clawing at their heels as they make their way toward the 6. Run racing down on the outside of another champion in between horses. Longilada moving against the rail. Magic Bullet in the yellow races further back. Charming Beauty making ground and joining Magic Bullet. They're ahead of Reminiscing Bowler. A gap of 4 or 5 lengths to Miss HJF as they've left the 5, and Kundaman trails the field. The 14 runners make their way now toward the half mile. They're almost there, and Sparkling Tradition maintains that lead only just. A Jungle Cat now trying to get to the leader as they arrive at the 7:16. 6th Avenue is there. Longilada and another champion now beginning to make gains. In behind them, that's a Fearless 5. Run now beginning to move. Little Grovey thing on the outside of Magic Bullet. Charming Beauty is further back. A gap opens up to Miss HJF, and then Kundaman, who has overtaken only one. The new trailer, Reminiscent Bolo, as the field turned for home in the Anthony Thomas. Another champion has now taken charge and begins to open up. Run in hot pursuit and chasing, but needs to find 3, maybe even more lengths. Magic Bullet has made some progress, but runs in 3rd. But up front, it is another champion in charge. Inside the final furlong, another champion and Anthony Thomas. The race named for him, and it looks as if he's going to take his own race. Another champion and Anthony Thomas come roaring in. He's down. They win by maybe 4. Run is 2nd. Magic Bullet is 3rd. Miss HJF looks to be 4th. It's close between Charming Beauty wide and 6th Avenue on the rail.
At 3 to 5 odds, another champion handed Anthony Thomas a spanking triple on the day. Another champion, conditioned by Nicholas Smith, completed the 1600-meter trip in 1 minute 45 and 3/5 of a second to secure the day's final event. As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Calculos's victory in the Miracle Man Cup. Meanwhile, jockey Anthony Thomas announced his return to form with a brilliant triple aboard Fearless Champion in the first event, outbidder in the 8th and another champion in the 10th. Meanwhile, in the trainers category, Nicholas Smith secured a double, with Isotope claiming victory in the 4th event and another champion in the 10th. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.